Get retro. I want to look at every Gauntlet port out there, from the good to the really, really not so good. Anyway, let's watch. Hello there. We are looking at Gauntlet on the Mega Drive, or Genesis here in American. But we're actually looking at the Mega Drive. Right, here's the reasoning for this. I am planning to cover every port of Gauntlet and every version right up to Seven Sorrows. Wasn't a big fan. Anyway, at some point I'm going to be covering Gauntlet 4 on the Mega Drive / Genesis, depending on which part of the world you're in. However, I also want to cover it. It's this part of the Gauntlet 4 on the Mega Drive has an RPG game built in, and a battle mode built in, and a special scoring mode built in, but it also has a complete recreation of the original arcade game. So the problem is I don't want to do the video twice. So what I discovered was, let's see now if we can load the ROM. Yes, what I did was I have a copy of the Japanese Mega Drive version of Gauntlet. Now I'm emulating it here. Some background music there. Now, normally you would see the number 4 appearing in the middle of this if you have a US or European copy. But for some odd reason that makes no sense, probably because Gauntlet wasn't popular in Japan or something, I don't know. It was just marketed as Gauntlet. So there you go, it's my little tweak. This is Gauntlet 1, and we will also be covering it again as Gauntlet 4. So there you go, confusion abounds. Tengen, Atari offshoot. They are the guys to look for your ports of Gauntlet. They did the NES one, which is interesting. They did the Master System one, which is masterful, and they do the Mega Drive one we are currently looking at now. So we shall go and have a look and see just how good the Mega Drive port is. It's that good, folks. Anyway, let's go and get started. So anyway, as I may have briefly mentioned there, you have 4 options. You have arcade mode, which we're going to look at now because this is the Gauntlet review. Quest mode, which is the main bones of Gauntlet 4. It's an RPG, so it's where Gauntlet started to get into its RPG leanings. I think Gauntlet 3 on the C64 had a little bit leaning that way, but quests and whatnot. But this is where you really start to get stats and things and being able to build your character up, which of course then turned up a lot in Dark Legacy and Legends and that Golden Axe game that the guy involved in Doom did, and they sold it as a Gauntlet game. So I'm not a fan of Seven Sorrows, but we get into that later. It's not actually, it's not a bad game, it's just not a Gauntlet game. Anyway, so quest mode is what it says in the tin. I think you have 4 castles to get through, and there are lots of subsections and quests and dragon beating and all sorts of fun stuff. Anyway, battle mode is kind of you and some mates. You take your little leveled up characters and you basically just kill each other. And record mode is interesting. You're playing for high score. You're given 99 credits, but every time you only get 500 excuse me, you only get 500 points, health points per credit. And when you get to 0, basically, you can play again if you want, but you run out of your points reset, and there's a kind of weird scoring system. Again, I'm going to look at this a lot later on, so I know I'm being a bit vague there, but anyway, we're going to go look at arcade mode. Now, options, a couple of things. You've game type normal and mania. I think it's to do with the speed of the bad guys. I really should look it up. Now, this is the interesting thing. You got background music. If you're a purist, you're going to switch it off, but it's good. It's a lovely chap I know off the boards.ie arcade and retro section, Retro Gamer. Hello, Retro Gamer. He had mentioned in passing the background music. I was thinking, well, there's not much music in Gauntlet, but I'd forgotten that it has this really cool synthy sort of thing going on, which you're going to hear in a second. And then you've got your options for how many credits. Difficulty. Hardest. Let's go. Let's see how long it lasts. Yeah, let's go with 1500.
Welcome.
Right, this is where a ghost hits me and I die.
100 points.
Now, the one thing about the sound is it's got the wise from the Wave guy from Altered Beast doing the little voiceovers. There you go. The epic synth. Oh, those health points are just plummeting now.
Open door.
Ah, just
Oh.
Leroying away there. But yeah, awesome music. So there we go, the little spiral shell level 4. It's a pity that this game, I don't think it cropped up on the Virtual Console, so I don't remember seeing it. And it'd be great if it was a bonus on one of the, you know, Gauntlet, like Dark Legends or Dark Legacy, or any of those. It's a pity it's not like a little bonus item, but God knows who owns the rights to it. I mean, the rights for Gauntlet are just mired down now at this stage. It was Atari, then it was Midway, then it was, oh, I don't know. Whoever it is that has owned the rights around at the point that they canned the DS version, which must be, you know, I'm not going to say anything. That's, should be shunned for doing bad things to gaming. I will probably get to it at some point, but there was a DS port. It was finished. Retro Gamer, the magazine, not the guy I mentioned earlier, had reviewed it and they gave it a decent score and everything was grand, and then it was canned. Nothing ever happened with it, and then eventually they used the 3D engine for it. And I ended up swearing over this last time I started talking about it, but they ended up using it for the G.I. Bloody Joe DS game. Not even Action Man, G.I. Bloody Joe. Anyway. Brief moment of silence there for that DS game, which is no longer with us. So, oh god, I'm even gonna make it through this level. I better take it slow. Anyway, as usual at this point, I start talking about what I'm going to be covering next. I'm going to have a look at the PS1 ports. Now, from this point on, I don't think there's any, I might try and include some video footage of the PS2, but they're literally the same thing. They're MAME, to all intents and purposes. That's not worth it. Ah! Dang. I wonder. There's something, by the way, folks. I don't think I ever actually managed to articulate the words properly, but one of the tricks of Gauntlet is that ghosts can't scroll onto the screen. They can't just appear. So they can spawn, sorry, so they can appear in that sense. But if you scroll them off, they can't follow you onto onto the screen that you just scroll them off. If that makes sense. So sometimes they can use that to your advantage. There you go. If I told anyone one useful thing in the series of videos, that's probably been it. And I can die happy, which is probably going to happen very shortly. This is not looking good. The old epic music is helping me continue along here. Is it going to be enough though? Another home straight. Why did I not put more credits into this? Now, I'm just going to stay here for a minute because I'm safe behind these bars. And it's... oh, it's a potion. Right. Okay, let's see if I can make that potion. I'm going to need it. Because I just shot the only help. Oh, that's not going to end well. So anyway, that was the Mega Drive version of Gauntlet. Now again, it was just to give you a quick look. I'm going to be covering it in a hell of a lot more detail later on, hopefully, in Gauntlet 4. But, and I might play it in a slightly easier level then as well. But it was just really to give you a little taster. Like I said, I think we're going to be finishing up now with the PS1 / PS2 / GameCube / Xbox / whatever you want to call it. Basically, emulator compilations. Might just cover the one version because I think they're pretty similar. But anyway, that's been Gauntlet on the Mega Drive. And thanks for watching, guys, and see you next time.